Back to another video. Today we're talking about Chainlink and discussing our active trade. All that and more in this video. Let's jump in. Before we get in, if you haven't already, please do consider hitting that subscribe button and clicking that notification bell. I've been trading full time for 5 years now, traveling the world while I'm doing it. And I'm literally giving you my live trades on YouTube. So click that subscribe button now so you never miss another update. So let's dive in. So I've got Chainlink here on the weekly time frame. And just to start off with the basics here, we are in an uptrend here. We're making higher highs and higher lows. We're above our weekly EMA band here, which indicates a bullish trend. So things are looking bullish. We'd recently got quite overextended from our EMA band, and we are now in the process of pulling back to that. And already we have seen a 35% correction at the absolute low that we made sort of in December there. And yeah, so we've had a bit of a flush out here, but honestly, things are not looking too bad at all. We've held the line here. We've held support for multiple weeks. And now we've recently seen a breakup in the last 7 days. Our RSI here had entered overbought territories. We are now in the process of resetting that. And in fact, we've cooled down enough now in the weekly time frame that we could soon look at targeting some higher levels. So all in all here, guys, on the weekly time frame, the higher time frame, Chainlink's uptrend remains intact. It's still looking bullish. And to be honest with you guys, if we look at Bitcoin dominance here, right, altcoin season has not even happened yet. It's not even slightly happened yet, right? Bitcoin dominance is still at basically 60% dominance, right? So while we're up here, guys, I think it makes sense to hold a significant amount of altcoins because really at some point this is going to reverse and your alts are going to take off on the Bitcoin pairs. So that's really what we're waiting here and what we have been waiting for years now. So nothing's changed here on the Bitcoin dominance chart. Altcoins, you should have altcoins in your portfolio right now. Maybe not 100% altcoins, but when Bitcoin dominance is this high, it's only a matter of time until that reverses and gives you a nice alt season. So yeah, on the higher time frames here, Chainlink is worth holding, in my opinion. It's looking good, and I don't see any major warning signs on the weekly time frame. The one thing we do have, though, guys, is bad seasonality right now. Today, at the time of recording, it's the 7th of January. And typically in crypto, what you see between the 7th of January and the 11th of January, oftentimes in January, you see that pullback. So I've got a couple of examples here. Last year, on sort of the 7th of January, you had a 20% pullback in Bitcoin. The year before that, on the 9th of January, you had a 4.49% pullback. If we go back a little bit further, let's even see, this is 2021 here. That was the 4th of January. You had sort of 30% pullback, right? So, and that's on Bitcoin here. So this is possible, guys, right? So that's the only thing. But either way, every time that happened, it ended up just being a short-term pullback, which we eventually recovered from. So, and that would actually marry up nicely with this buy zone I've got here on Bitcoin, right? See the zone here? That falls between 84 and 74K. I've been talking about it for weeks now. If we do see a pullback here and it gets a little bit severe, just place your orders around there. I've already got some place between 84 and 74K. It might present some nice buying opportunities if we do actually see this January pullback. Now, there is an argument to suggest that we might have already seen it, because we have pulled back quite significantly in sort of late December, early January, but we won't know until January's actually finished. So worst case scenario, guys, in January, 84 to 74K on Bitcoin, and obviously that would translate over to Chainlink as well. But let's continue on Chainlink here. So yeah, on the weekly time frame, guys, things are looking good. No cause for concern here. There is a possibility of a retrace back to those lower levels if Bitcoin gets a pullback, but it's just going to depend on whether we actually see that on Bitcoin or not. On the 2-day time frame here, so again, just in a little bit more detail, we've had this strong push up throughout November, December. We've pulled back. We got overextended from our EMA band. EMA band, guys, acts like a magnet to the price. The price always comes back there. And we've just perfectly retested it in late December, and we've now bounced from that. So long as we remain above this EMA band, guys, on the 2-day time frame, Jack remains bullish. I will remain bullish on this coin so long as we are above here. I would start to flip bearish if we see the price break below this EMA band here at $19 and reject it. That would be very negative for me, and I would exit my trades at a small loss. So just to show you what that looks like here, if you see the breakdown and a rejection candle, that's my signal to get out and see it, protect myself from basically catastrophic loss. But obviously that signal is not in play yet. and will only become active if we see a breakdown below the EMA band and a rejection. So that'll be your signal to get out and protect your capital. But for the moment, we're holding above our EMA band here. We are in an uptrend. Our RSI here on the daily time frame, the 2-day time frame, is above our midline, indicating an upward trend. On the daily time frame as well, basically the same story as the 2-day. We've had this, basically we're chopping around sideways here on the daily time frame, holding above this support level. Our RSI here had this downsloping trend line here for a number of weeks now. We've broken up in the last couple of days, and we are now retesting that. All right, just bring it up for you so you can see we're broken above here and retest. What we want to see, guys, is we want to see Chainlink RSI hold this and bounce, because if it falls below here, that could be a negative signal, but not really. Nothing really has played out here just yet. If we go down to the 4-hour and remove this and put on our 200 SMA. Yeah, this is the only negative signal that we see on Chainlink, guys, right now, is that we're currently below our 200 SMA on the 4-hour time frame, which is currently coming in at $24. And statistically, when the price is below this 200 SMA on the 4-hour, downside is the more probable outcome. And so what we need to do to invalidate this is that if we see Chainlink break above this sort of $24.80 level, that would significantly change the trend here in the immediate short term. Right now, we're just ranging sideways and sort of with a little bit of downward momentum. As soon as we break this, that's a change of structure and will send us back to the upside. So for the moment, Chainlink is doing what it has to do. It's above its support levels. You might get lucky and get another buy around this EMA band here between $21 and $20. But all in all, it's in a bullish trend. Altcoin season hasn't even happened yet. The only risk here for Chainlink is that if Bitcoin ends up doing one of those 20% pullbacks, but again, I've given you your target. You're just going to be targeting 84 to 74K. All right, so I'm going to leave this video here. If you found it valuable, please do consider hitting that subscribe button, click that notification bell. It really helps me out, guys, and I will speak to you in the next one. Bye-bye.